CarolJo's, which is where community and creativity come together in the jewelry making world. We do lots of different things here. We do chat times, which is where you get to ask all kinds of questions about jewelry making or running the small business. We also do tutorials. We'll have 2 of them this week. One of them, I can't remember the dates now, so don't quote me on when everything is, but we do have 2. One is called Mystery Mix, and I'm excited to do that one. When you guys see what it is, you might be. I don't know. We'll see what you guys think. And then the second thing that we are going to do is that we are going to look at the charms that we have and how we can make different styles of bracelets with those charms. We've talked about using them for the purse bling lately. Now we're going to move it into what else can we use those pendants for? And we're going to use them as charms on bracelets. And we're going to do different things with them. We're not going to do just one style. I'm going to show you a few different styles. All right, so that's what our tutorials. We have a makers meetup this week. That is where you and I will all come together and we can create whatever it is, the craft that you're working on. If you want to join me live, you're more than welcome to come on up and we can talk in real time or we can talk and chat. It's all what you're comfortable with. Then we do live events throughout the week. That is where you get to add items to your collection. And we have tonight at 8 p.m. on TikTok only, the one that we call the Super Fan. Hi, Trisha. Super Fan is where you are a super fan on TikTok and you get to come and you are the ones that get to claim. So you will be able to claim items and you will receive a percentage creative credit towards your, geez, my hair is all, I'll tell you what the day I've had. That's why my hair is still wet, but that was a wonky, like, going on over here. But that is what we have tonight, is that you get to join, you get to claim if you're a super fan, and you get the creative credit percentage. So that is what we've got going on. We go live on different platforms. We are right now live on TikTok and the Tube. And always the tutorials and the chats are usually on the Tube also so that we can save it. And if you guys want to do a replay, you sure can. So that is what we've got there. Now I'm going to bring up my backup account so that I can see comments a little bit better and make sure I didn't miss any. And then we're going to start talking about our quote for that we have out there for Monday. So let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. And as always, I forgot to say here, if you can share and like, if you get, we already passed the 10 shares, but if you can still share, all you have to do is hit that arrow button. And it will allow you to post it to your story. It will also allow you to repost. If you do those, that'd be great. Hi there, Dawn. How are you doing today? That would be awesome. Okay. Let's go here. Why is that? There we go. Now. Okay. So you're not going to be there tonight. Thanks. I got your message. I just have had, I will tell you guys, it has been a Monday. It has been a not so great Monday. So you know how I go in and I create using ChatGPT the file that I use that I then upload into my back end to be able to create the stickers here. Yeah, he didn't want to work today. He finally started working at 1:15 today. So I had everything pulled and such. And so guess what? Okay, you go have a restful afternoon, Ashley, okay? All right. We only talk here about jewelry making or running a small business when we do chats. We don't talk about anything else. So just letting you know, I'm not going to respond to any other chats. I was like, really? So I am really behind. I lost most of my morning trying to get it to work. And so I'm actually just getting the first item done for today. And I got the second one started too, so I can work on that while we are here. And then I will get the rest of them. I will tell you what we got going on tonight. We have one of our pendants is the cherries. I think they're so cute. We have the cherries. Then we also have a pendant that you can do lots of different things with. So hold on. I'm going to grab it here because that's going to be the next thing I'm going to work on. This is the pendant. So you can wire wrap that. You can add the ice pick pinch bail. I'm like, I got to think of all 4 words. The ice pick pinch bail. So we're going to have those. Those will be in a package of 4. And then we are going to have one of the ice pick pinch bails available tonight, so that you will be able to put it onto a pendant if you like, if you don't want to wire wrap it. We will also have a necklace available. I am not sure of what that length of that necklace is. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I grabbed a silver chain necklace so that if you wanted to just put it all together, you sure could. We're going to have a cord tonight. So if you're someone that does macrame, we're going to have a cord for that. And from the Hagar estate sale, we have check glass, and there isn't that much of it. I will warn you, there isn't that much. We have another glass and 2 other glass beads. And then there we go. And then we will have glass beads. We have different colors of glass beads. So I don't know how much of the glass beads, because of getting the late start, that I will get done, but we will work on it. I also am creating a 8 different beads box for you guys. So it will have 8 different all right. We only talk about jewelry making. That's it. And so I'm going to end up here turning chat off in the YouTube. We don't need inappropriate. Thank you. But we don't need inappropriate. I just got to figure out how to do that here, because with Ashley going off, I don't want to have to deal with that too. Hi, Shannon. Nope, I don't want that. Nope, not green screen. I forgot how to do it. I'll have to figure it out here in just a second. So yes, so that is what we have for tonight. Now, everybody. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. For our, what is it called? Our quote for today. It's Motivational Monday, so we have our quote. I'm going to bring it up here. Oh, that's not what I want to bring up. This is what I want to bring up. All right. It's getting there. So the quote is, your next favorite design is waiting for you to begin. It's unknown as to who said it, but that is the quote. Awesome. And so based on that, I really did like that quote. So I was like, I'm using it today. And it's really talking about, kind of like we were talking about last week, where everything, you sit here and you have all these ideas running in your mind. Normally, sometimes we get creator's block, but you have all of this that you just needed to come out. And that's what that's talking about, is your next design is just waiting for you to begin. And then you can just go in and start creating. Like when I saw these pendants this morning when I was grabbing them, my first thought was sun catchers. I don't know how to make a sun catcher. I've never made a sun catcher. My sister has. I haven't. But that doesn't mean I have to like not do it because I don't know how. It means I got to figure out a way to learn it so that I can do it. And then I can have those. I know that sounds like a weird way to put it. But it's like, that's how my brain thinks is, I got this idea. And a lot of our tutorials that we go through are done that way. I'm like, I have an idea. I just got to figure out how to make that idea. Hi, Lucky Charm Boutique. How are you doing? And I know when I'm doing the, when I do my Sunday schedule, I know in my head what I want it to look like. Now, is it always going to end up that way? Nope. And we might pivot a little bit while we're in there. But it is part of what we do as being creators. It's like having fun doing it. And the mystery one, when I explain how we're going to do that, you're going to understand from what I'm going to, because I'm not going to give away what we're doing. It will remain a mystery, but it's even a mystery to me because you'll understand why I say it's a mystery. And we may have to like do some things that I wasn't planning to do, but we might get it all done. We will get it done. And I'm excited to do that one. And I think some of you might be excited about it too. Some of you may not, but I am. So and that tutorial I think is tomorrow. I should go look and see what our schedule is. So I can make sure we talk about that. So do you guys ever get creator's block? I just have to ask that question. All right. Yep, the mystery mix tutorial is at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Oh, there it is. I'm like, I'm missing a bag. Where did it go? All the time. If I get creator's block, I just create something simple. And then I get bored with it. And then I'm like, okay, I got to do something different. And I do lots of different things to get over that block. And some of them are, I will use, now that we have the AIs, I'll use ChatGPT and I'll be like, I have these beads. What can I make with them? And I'll take a picture of the bead and show ChatGPT what it is so that they can give me some ideas. Do I like all of their ideas? Nope. Oh, you poor thing, Trisha. Just know you will be in my prayers that everything is going to be great for you because, and not fun. But it'll be lovely once it's all done. Okay, I'm going to plug in my phone and charge it. Sorry, you guys are getting my hand because I got to put that in there. I got to grab a different size bag for those pendants. I don't have any stickers for the rest of those. So instead, because I was like, we're having chat time. I got to keep a move on for this. I do not have a silicone event this week because I thought I am going to hold off on doing a silicone event this week because next week I should go check that. I should go check Inform Delivery about my 9 millimeters. And if we have the 9 millimeters, we're going to have a silicone event next week. And so I was like, I'm going to hold off. Hi there, city girl in Kentucky. That would stink. Let's see. We want informed delivery. I need that. She is in the middle of something right now. So she came in the beginning and then she left. And she will be in and out all week. So the days that she is not here, I need your guys' help immensely. She is so awesome. Yeah. She is so awesome at getting it out to everybody. And so we're all trying to like follow each other on TikTok, and that way you can let everybody know. We are doing what we call chat time. Hey, Rosie. And chat time is where you get to ask questions about jewelry making or running a small business, and we as a community be able to do that. Yeah, I think she will too, but we'll see. That's what I'm just going to say is we'll see. I still don't have a delivery date on my package. It is cleared customs. And it's went to the next facility, but it's arriving late is what it tells me. I was like, I sat there and like I pretty much knew the schedule for this next week. Almost all of it on Saturday. And I was like, I could post it on Saturday. And then I'm like, but I don't know if I'm going to get this package or not. And then I sat there on Sunday and I'm like, we were all eating breakfast and I'm like, why am I putting so much pressure on myself? So on chat times, we don't, I do stuff that the whole entire, what I have is a business around jewelry, but it's also about the supplies. So the supplies that you can use to make jewelry. And so I do all of them. We have to call them events over on TikTok and another app that I can't say. If you go into my shorts on the tube, you will see the last video is the schedule of where I will be at for all my lives this week. Yeah, we're talking about what can you do. So what you can do for those. So I go in, number one, not all the time do I do this, but I'm doing it more and more, is taking, I don't do that. It's out on my studio, which is in my profile. And so what I do, like I said before, is I take a picture of it into ChatGPT and say, what can I do? Give me ideas. And it'll give me ideas. Other things that I do is that if I don't have a certain bead that I'm looking at, I will go in and I will take and just go and put into your browser what are the trends for in whatever season that you're creating for, and see what kind of ideas that you can get for that trend. And so sometimes, there'll be things that you would have never thought about. One of the things that I want to do here in the near future with our charms, because I talked about we are going to learn how to make things with all the different charms that we've had up and available lately. So for example, we're going to do different types of bracelets this week on Thursday. And that is what we're going to do there. But I also looked at, and I really didn't have to go to a browser for this one. I actually was talking to one of my husband's coworkers and friends. He was here and he trying to explain what I do, because people think I am like, when you say that I go live on social media, they think you're an influencer. And I'm like, I'm not an influencer like you think. I literally, what I do is that this is what I say, I teach through tutorials people how to create jewelry and accessories. Then I teach them the ways that we can do it, or ideas for it in different ways. And that way they can make their own items. You guys can take, and it's a start to get you your inspiration going, is what I say. And then from there, I also, if they need a place to get the components and the findings to create this item, we have live events for that. So that's how I explain it to people. And I said, they were asking me what I was doing that day, and it happened to be one of the days that we were doing the purse bling, and we were talking about that. And so he goes, and I said, and next week, this was last week that we were talking about this. I said, and next week I want to do different styles of bracelets using them to teach them how to use it for bracelets. And I go, and there's other things I've got in my head that we're going to teach also. And he goes, and he said, how about cowboy boots? Hi, Ducky, you're finally awake. What happened? And he said, how about cowboy boots? He's like, my wife wears bling on her cowboy boots, on her boots. And I'm like, that was one of my ideas. And so that'll be, oh no. And so that will be what I will do here sometime. And so that's, I don't know when we're going to do that, because I need to be able to display that and understand how to do it. I want the boot, and I don't have those boots. So I need to get some or borrow some from somebody. So just know that is something that we're going to work on, okay? We also are going to work on, like, we can talk about how to do it for necklaces or earrings. Oh, no, Ducky, you poor thing. No, she does not. Buttercup does not have boots. We have, even though we live in the Midwest, that's not her. She is a Bergenstock Ugg Air Jordan girl. Those are the shoes she wears. And my husband buys them for her. I'm like, hey. Oh man, you're just having a hard time with this, and I feel for you. I thought you were turning a corner, and it's not turning. But now hopefully you are. So yeah, so that would be her style. So I want to get a pair. I just need a boot so I can show you ideas on it. That's literally. We do not talk about that kind of stuff. That's why the message it was hidden. And if it's hidden, there is a reason for it. Oh. And it's hard to be able to do anything else while you're in that pain, Ducky. I just got one color of 15 millimeters that I got in that I'm bagging up right now. So I'm working on that. I don't know if we've had this color before because I don't even know what the color is. I have to figure out the color. Yes. What I didn't realize until I had my LASIK is how much, as Trisha is going in for sinuses, how close your eye sockets, your sinuses, and your drainage down into your throat is all so close to each other. All of that, you know, you think that there would be room in there. Yeah, nope, 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 nope. Yep. And it was because they put me on some drops that you have to take after getting LASIK, and you drop it in your eye, and then all of a sudden you feel it going down. You're like, that is right next to each other. Oh, geez. Yep. She's got pain in the ear, nose, and eye. And all from having dental work. So, I didn't tell you guys about Ryan's Friday dental appointment, did I? Okay, Ashley, thank you. It's been interesting over here. Yeah, it's all connected. But anyways, so Ryan, he's like, he was all excited because he thought he was having his teeth cleaned on Friday at 10 a.m. And he wanted me to go with him. And I'm like, why do I have to go with you to get your teeth cleaned? I'm like, you can seriously do that on your own. He's like, I don't know, just to sit there with me. And I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. And so anyways, he came home and he goes, yeah, that was not a teeth cleaning. And I'm like, what happened? He goes like, I had a cavity in the front of my tooth. So they filled the cavity. There was something going on because he has had 3 teeth pulled and they are healing, but they're not healing 100% yet. And so they did some laser something on it. Oh, thank you, Ducky. And so he thought he was getting his teeth cleaned. Yeah, that's not till July. So he got all numbed up when he didn't realize he was going to have to get numbed up. So I'm laughing about it because I can, because I'm his wife, but whoop, come back here. He wasn't excited about that. I love that someone else is calling her Mama Kay too. Aw. You're going to be everybody's Mama Kay there, Kay. I just love it. I'm going to grab a bigger bag so I can finish out this color. As I said, we have gone on an adventure. Does everybody feel like they've got ideas now for when they have creative block? See, and I haven't had much dental work. For me, my dental work has been crowns. And that's not that bad. I only had one bad experience with a crown. And I've had a lot of crowns put on. So I just can't complain. Aww. Yep, Rose is just going to have to share her mom. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm making both. Thank you, Sammy, for the follow and the heart me. I'm making 20 packs of this one too. I seriously have to figure out, because this one doesn't have the right numbering on it, so I don't know if I have it in my spreadsheet or not to have it cross against the other colors so I can know what it is. What other questions, or what should we talk about next? You guys give us ideas. Thanks for sharing it out there. We need 7K to do a giveaway today. I think we can get there because we have 20 minutes or so to go. My mom is in heaven. So we won't get to hear her here. I had two friends, I should say, three. I got to think about it, three. You had to call them Mrs. in their last name. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They were very, very, very particular about it. And every single one of them was a stay-at-home mom. They were very proud of their families, very proud of their status to be a Mrs. Do we have enough in this one? I don't think we have enough in that one. There's 5, 10. Oh, nope, we did. One of these must not have enough in it, because it just seems really odd that I have 2, 6, 8, 10. Let's see. Ah, that is so sweet, though. Yep, they do. Okay, this was really odd. Each bag was supposed to have 100 beads. One bag, I was missing one bead. The next bag, I was missing 2 beads. And then the last bag, I got 8 extra. I can't explain it. That's all I'm going to say, is there was no explaining that. There is going to be, it will all depend. With having a hard Monday, we will probably have, my goal is to get 16 to 17 items done. I don't think I'll have a full 20. But if I can get there, I will. So, I think, I don't know. We'll see. I can tell you what some of them are going to be. We have the 2 pendants that I showed. The cherry pendant, where we have 2 cherries with the stems. We have the, I call these sun catchers. I don't know what it's like a teardrop shape, but it's a sun catcher shape to me. We have that faceted sun catcher in clear. Then we have the ice pick pinch bail. I'm like, what's the second P word? Pinch bail, so that you can put in those. We have necklaces. We have, what is this right here? I gotta go look and see what it is. All the stuff is over here. Oh, we have a cabochon setting. I'll bring it over here and show you guys what we've got going on. All right, we'll put it on my lap. Because my table, I'll move stuff around on my table so I can set this up here. Move that there, and then we're going to set this up here. Oh, sorry, I jiggled y'all. So we have, you guys will be in the know because you're here. we have these pinch bales. Ooh, there you go. You need to get better so you can have a good weekend this next weekend. Let's see. It is a paperclip chain necklace. Don't know what the length is on that one, but we have a paper chain necklace. Thank you, Rosie, for the follow. So now we have a Rosie with an IE. We have a Rosie with a Y too. Then we have this cabochon setting. I didn't bring any cabochons today because I'm waiting for some more to come in that are these. That is a 12 millimeter, I believe, circle for that pendant. And it is really, I think it's a cute pendant. So we have that. There will be 5 in the bag for those. And I think it is the 12, but I don't have, let's see. Yeah, it might be, I don't know. We'll get it measured when we see the info on it. I do have the, it is a lilac color. I don't know the exact color of this one. Thank you, Miss Stacy Ann. How are you doing today? I thought it was a cute pendant too. Stacy's over on YouTube. She's the one that we talk about with the floating bead. I've used your technique over here. Oh boy, they're growing up on you, ducky. Then we have a faceted round blue. And I don't know if those are going to stay as strands or what. I'm hoping everything gets to stay as strands. If it stays as strands, then we will hurry through this. Here is our, I'm going to get them out of the bottom of the container. I will break these up. We have these glass beads. I love those. We're going to break those up into bags. We also have these glass beads that we're going to break up into bags. And here we have some check glass. So those are, all 3 of those are from the Hagar estate sale. So we'll have all 3 of those. Then we have this one. This is what I've pulled so far, and hope to gosh we can get it all ready in time. Hello, Coastal Bloom. Ah, you're mild. I love it. So we have different events, Rosie. So we are in chat time right now. Chat time is where we talk about anything with jewelry beads related, and also with running small businesses if you do that. Any types of questions. We have events throughout the week where you can claim the items. Tonight is what I call a super fan night. So if you're someone that subscribes to CarolJo's on TikTok, you can claim tonight. Else, what is remaining will be brought to an encore event later in the week, and then you can claim it then. Our encore event times, I'm just going to let you know if you don't want to become a super fan, are, I had it up earlier, now I got to get back into it. I think it's Saturday is the only one we have, but let me double check. Yes. Saturday at 12 o'clock. And my time is Central Time Zone, just to let you know. And how we run them, look at this really pale, like aqua or light turquoisey color. That bead is beautiful. It is a 4 millimeter round. How they run is each item will have a number. I'll give the description of what its size is, the color, all of that. Give you the value of it. And then we will say the word of the week. Once I say that, then it is up, then it's open for claiming by putting it in the chat. After we get done with the live, I will send out a electronic communication that will give you what your basket total is. And then there is a little line in there that you just, and then take care of it and put it in your buggy and take care of it that way. And the electronic communication does give all the directions about that too. So all I need is, where do you want an electronic communication sent to? DM to me. Here is another item that I want to have up tonight. This one is like a donut. It is like that. I just love those beads. We have them in red. And I don't remember if we've had this one before and it's a return to the studio or if it's brand new. I couldn't remember that. The other two items that I've got so far, we have this white one. Yeah, that one is really cute. And then the last one is this one. Last night, Rose? And then this is another one. Were you on the W? Because I know you guys go over there. It was 7 my time. It would be 8 her time. So, yeah. And we went until 9. Jeez, that's weird. I'm still trying to learn it. I know I probably should reach out to Lolly because she said she would give me advice on it, but I've also been doing my research on how there we can create what they call a bundle. And what my mind with a bundle was is different than what they use it as a bundle. So it would be kind of like what we do here, but you can't leave the live without taking care of your bundle. Sorry, I took a drink and now I got the burpees. So what I mean by that is that, you know, I would put it in your basket as we claim throughout the live, but before you leave, you go in and you have to figure out what the total amount of the basket is. And then you create a bin, and then that allows you to get it. Yep. How did I not put that together? Ashley's over here like, I can tell you. And then I explain it. She's like, yep. And so I think that's what I want to do on those. So it means I need to make some changes before we have our first one, which I'm going to try one over there at 8 a.m. and see how that goes. I don't have expectations at an 8 a.m. live, but also, I have things going on Wednesday afternoon, so I cannot go live Wednesday afternoon. So I'm not live in the afternoon on Wednesday or Friday this week. So, and I want to try that bundle on a day where I don't think it'll be as high, just to help me get an idea of what to do. And I'm like sitting here going, how am I going to do that on my table when I have containers on the table for that live? So I'm sitting here going, do I do it on the kitchen table? I literally am like, do I do it down there? Oh, so how do you get on the totals then? So that they can take care of it. Yeah, and that's what I don't have like here. I've been watching this one lady and she doesn't do the bundles. She does them as an auction. And then you can run their bundle as an auction or an item in your yep, yep. They were doing both. That's what they told me. Oh, if you do it as a bin, they can grab it outside of it and like yeah. Yeah, Ryan, do you know that man, I could be like, I need your help today, and he will forget. I love him dearly, but the guy has no memory to help. My phone is doing something weird. The phone is like going on. Mine is, and it's like a phone is up at the top and it looks like it was dialing. And he just cracks me up. Okay, I can do that too. I like that idea. He just love him dearly, but that's one thing. And it was funny because did we not talk about last Monday? And I said that man is going to probably forget our anniversary. And he sure shooting did. And it was funny because his mom, my mother-in-law, called me with her husband on speaker. Oh, I can do that. If they don't take care of it, make sure that you are following. Okay, so follow them when they are doing the claim so that you can message them. Because I figured out if you're not following, you can't message. Um, thank you. Thank you, Tammy, for the heart me. So we'll get that figured out. And we can run it really like we do here. And I know people just like say to do the word claim in the there, and I don't want to do that because then where do you know where one started and one ended? So I was thinking we'll still do the numbers because I can show the numbers. Yep, then you don't have to have that. And another thing, just to let you know, it is partially a business decision that I wanted to do that. And the every time those different values hit your account, um it is another transaction, and there's fees associated with each transaction. If you can run it through as one transaction, the fees associated with it will be less, and then it makes that more advantageous for me to do it that way. So that is why I want to do it too. I'm truly transparent when I tell you about that because it is about keeping things down so that we can keep the cost of everything, the value of everything down. That's like what I try to do. We got to figure out how to do that. Yep, you do. And it's like this just doesn't make sense. How can I do this better? And so that's what I think I want to do. And but the one thing is everything has to over there be just like it does here because of the way we've changed everything. Everything has to be an even amount. There's no decimal points involved. The next thing I need to learn too, and I don't think I've opened it because you have to hit certain levels to do things over there. And that is how to do like what we do here. When we get to 10 shares, 10,000 likes, then we can do the giveaways. And I want to figure out the giveaways. I have yet to figure that out. Some people have it tied to you have to do a claim, and I've never done that here that you have to. No, you didn't. Holy wow. And over there, the mailing is different. And I just cannot see. Probably a lot. It is in 2 business days over there. Oh, geez. Okay, so I just got the email about our makeup soccer game because we didn't have one last Saturday. And last Saturday was actually better than this Saturday, but we still had a game this Saturday. So we were out in the rain for our game. I told you guys about that. So, anyways, um, it's on a Thursday night. So I don't have to take a night off from here to go to her game. Yay! It'll be just a family night at the soccer field. Oh. Okay, I gotta see here. So, but like with mine that I have here, that you guys, I'm gonna ask Lori's question. So over there, it is 2 business days. Here, um, it's my back end has a requirement for it, and there is time frames, but I have never ever hit because I send them out usually the next um this is what I say. If I get it before 9 p.m. Central, I get it ready to send with Ryan the next business day. If you do it at 10 or 10:30 and I'm in bed, I am not going to go and do it for the next day. So it doesn't go out the next day, it goes out the next day after that, just because of the time frame of when I do my cutoff. So sometimes it may seem like it's a lot, but it's all in the timing. It has been a while since you've done them. Excuse me, I got the yawns. I did not sleep good last night at all. And then when Ryan went to sleep, he started snoring, so it meant I didn't get much sleep. I don't think I'm going to have time for that because of the fact that I could not get my spreadsheets going, and I only have 2 of the items ready for tonight. And one of them, I don't have it up here, or else I would show you what the container is, but I will tell you what's in it. We have in this container, there are 8 little slots. Not little, there's 8 slots. And so 2 of them are going to have 2 different colors of glass pearls. 2 of them are going to have a transparent pearl luster bead. 2 of them will have cubes, and then 2 of them will have the electroplated pattern beads in them. So you're getting 2 of each item in there, but they could go together, or you could decide that you want to make it with something else. So it's just a mix of different things in one of those containers. So we'll have that also tonight. And I got to make up those too. So I got a lot of things to get done. And if you guys could read, last week at my board meeting, I was talking with the CEO of the credit union, and we were talking about, how accurate really is AI? And I'm like, just like anything else has accuracy. And oh, and so I said, when I get frustrated with my chat GPT, I tell him I'm frustrated with him. And you should have seen me today. I don't swear at him because that's not nice. I know it is a computer. I'm not going to swear at him. But I said, you are frustrating me. I'm trying to get my job done and I can't do it because you're not returning what I need. That's the kind of thing I talk to it. Literally, that is one of the messages I sent. I was going to say, my accountant right now is looking at what it did answer me saying, sorry, I'm frustrating you. I'm not meaning to. And then he said that I needed to do a zipped file, unzip it. And I'm like, I'm not doing extra steps. Then it said, you can have the file and it will come down and you need to take it into Notepad. And then in Notepad, you need to convert it to this. After you convert it to this, then you can convert it to an Excel. And I said, yeah, no, not doing that either. I said, I'm not into the techie part of this. I said, I need you to just do what you did last week. And he's like, it's not going to work today because I can't get the file back down to you the way you need it. I'm like, well, that's a you problem. So then I went to every day I start a new chat with it within a project. So all my rules are there. And so then I went to Fridays, I went in and then it worked. I'm like, why didn't I think of that a lot sooner instead of spending so much time getting frustrated with him? I will tell him, you didn't help me out, thank you. He's like, I talk to him like he's a real person, and it's not a real person, but I do. And I even told the CEO, I'm like, yep, I talk to it like it's a person because he can frustrate me, he can do it, and if he does a wonderful job, I thank him. See, I didn't name mine. Stacy named hers Atlas, and she does the same thing. So between Rose does the same thing, Stacy does the same thing I do. I love it. So yeah. That's funny. But on the taxes thing, Lolly, where you're talking about doing sales to get there, um, I've never thought to ask him to have a name. I might have to do that now. Um, my accountant is like looking at all the different ways of like how we should do taxes. And it's not easy, especially when we're doing it the way we are now. And so we're right on this bubble of would it make sense to do it this way or that way? And we may not find out until we get to the end of the year. And then we're like, we shoulda, coulda, woulda. I don't have a voice for mine. I just type away with mine. There is a way that I could have the voice. I just have never turned it on. So I'm like, but I use the microphone to dictate stuff and then it translates it and then I just push enter to it. And Ryan was like watching me and he's like, what the heck? And then my friend Kristen was here. She's the one that stayed with us the weekend. And she was sitting in this spot and I was over at my desk and I said, hold on, I got to do something quick. So then I started talking and she's sitting behind me going, is she talking to me? And I got done and then I hit enter and then I got my response and she's like, you weren't talking to me, right? And I go, no, I wasn't. And so then I go, it's my it transcribes what I tell it, dictates to it, and I don't have to type it because talking is faster, and it can actually understand my Carol talk. I've never, I did it. I was gonna say, okay, now I've read your message there, Ashley. I used him one time for and it was worse than the browser G. You know, when you go in your browser and you do the G, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. I get scared then. So I'm like, I'm not doing that again. All right, everybody, it's 3 o'clock. I am going to hop off because I want to try to get everything ready for tonight's super fan and get as much as I can ready for you all. I want to try to get more than what I had shown you, but we will see where we're at as we get through this. I'm hoping if we can keep these all as strands, that really does help me. And oh, I'm sorry, I hit the table again. Um, and if I can keep it all that way, that would be the best thing. And then we can add more on. So we'll see you all. It will be 8 p.m. Central for Superfan. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. for our tutorial. All right. Okay. All right, everybody. You all have a good afternoon. We will see you tonight. Bye.